Alright, YouTube. Here it is, the Goodie Drop. Now, I do have to say I goofed up as well. What I goofed up is I've actually put some movies and games up that I no longer remember if I showed off or not. It's hard when you got so many things and you're just like, okay, so what's the new stuff, that haven't shown off? You just forget. So I've done that. I apologize about it. And there was some stuff in a different area that I don't remember if I showed off or not. So if it's still, if you've seen it before, I apologize. This happens when you just let things accumulate and don't put it up. It happens, you get a lot of backlog stuff, or just like, okay, I'm gonna get to this, and you don't because other things came up. What can I say? We got some books we're going to show off, so we'll move the camera eventually to that point. But let's go ahead and get started. I accumulated as much as I could because I wanted a bigger video than the last one, which was kind of smallish. I don't want just like 6-7 items and that's it. I want a little bit more, so we really dragged this one out. It's gonna make some of the other ones look smaller in the future, but hey. All right, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and knock the games out first. We got, Magnum Lord. This was pretty cheap finally. They had a deal for it. I scooped it up. Definitely one of those, like, anything that's like goes to $20 or below, I go for it. But if you can get for like under 10, that's even better. But usually some of these RPGs and other recluse type games are jacked up to like $38-40, and they never go down in price like they're supposed to. It's kind of like how Nintendo Switch first party games are. They play, hey, here's a deal, and it'd be like $39, and you'd be like, man, this was like one of the first games you put out. How is it still $39? That is not a deal. And then they jump the price back up even higher, and then to lower the game, be like, another deal. Yeah, Nintendo's famous for doing that. We have Treasures of Aegean, and this is the actual limited edition or whatever edition is. Put the actual other little bigger box up of it. There's a box that come into it like some small goodies. But we put that up already, so I can't show that off. But this is part of that limited edition. Let's see if I can say this. Grim More. Once more, and in this is definitely the limited edition right here. Once again, I don't know if this is one that I've already showed or not. I already put the box up into the garage, because I got no more room in this small room for it. But this is part of the limited edition right here. And this, gotta get those games. Usually they're like the best type of limited or collector's editions they put out. And I know I showed this one off before, but it's just sitting there. It's part of the Day 1 edition as Trinity Trigger. I love the artwork they done for it. It definitely reminds me of old school Final Fantasy Tactics. And 2, they marked down so low, I could not resist. This is part of GameFly. It seems the people who took over for GameFly decided, hey, okay, the deals we put out ain't really deals like it used to be. Now sometimes they'll mix it up and do, but a lot of times it's in short quantities and sells out quickly. I've missed out on many things, especially when they had some limited run games and it's just gone as soon as it went live. I missed out on that stuff. But retail are still selling this for around $35 to $40. Some places even 50. So we got Wolong Fallen Dynasty, $20. Retail is still up there, $20. And yes, people have spoken out about it. I don't care. This is something I wanted, but not at the price they originally put it at. We were gonna hold out onto it, and hey, I got the deal I wanted. Forspoken, $20. This is still up there, like in price, for retail. So, like I said, GameFly really came in with the deals right there. I did Usually they keep, like any DLC or anything in the cases. And I think Wolong came with like pre-order type. I'm not too sure. Don't hold me on to it, but I think one of them was supposed to come and it didn't have the actual DLC slip in there, which is fine by me. I'm okay with that. But $20 each? What? It's fine by me because like the sale they had before that one, they had some great stuff I missed out on. Alright. Keep going with the games. Scars. This was like I think $10 on Amazon deal. Scoop that up. This I showed before, but the game was still out because I didn't put it up, and that was Street Fighter 6. We had the collector's edition, which they boosted the price up an extra $29.99 for some odd reason. Outriders World Slayer, dirt cheap, and it comes with the original Outriders, which I should have maybe held off on, but we got Outriders for a dirt cheap price, and this was also dirt cheap price to come with the original as well. So be it. I'm pretty sure I showed Tears of the Kingdom. This was still out, we had scooped up the collector's edition. I didn't even put the collector's edition up into the garage because I think I wanted it as a display, but I have no good places to display it. It's just sitting right there on the shelf, over a whole bunch of Blu-rays. We got Katara Fables, and this was also dirt cheap on an Amazon deal one day. Scooped that up. And I waited for this bad boy to go down in price forever. Amazon refused to drop the price or any other retail stores. And finally, a good deal came. I don't think I got it from Amazon. I'm not too sure, but I know I got it when there was a deal for it. And it was like maybe $20, $25. But I definitely wasn't going to pay no $40, $50 for it, And there's a Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. I finally came down in price and I got it. That's something I waited for. I don't even have the... I got the collector's edition, I think, for the regular PS4, but I wanted the director's cut on PS5. And this bad boy was definitely dirt cheap. This thing was like $5.99 or like $4.99. And that's Destruction All Stars. I still got wrapped up because you can play for free online. As you can tell, you can hear the disc just hitting up against. Ugh, I hate when that happens. But I don't really have no plans. Like I'm trying to press in the middle, see if I can get the disc in the right sweet spot to press down and lock it in. So anywho's, dirt cheap. No plans to opening this bad boy up. I'm wondering if later down the future, like I said, all the copies they had, they might have got rid of, and this thing becomes obscure and skyrockets in value. You never know. Hell, one of those Fortnite games is like super high up now, along with the first PUBG release. And let's see, we got one more that just came in today. Hero Land. This thing finally dropped down under like $20, so we scooped that up. This thing usually $40 or something, and finally it came down in price, and that's for the Noble Edition. So anything that's like a nice little collector's edition or whatever, I try my best to wait it off, if it's like not a huge, big AAA game, because eventually the price will go down. There's some stuff that's coming from Hoot. I don't know, they got a game section all of a sudden, and those prices were wonderful. Even below Amazon, and they actually is using Amazon as a deal itself, so that's crazy to do. But we got some Hoot stuff coming in. But that'll go towards the next video. Alright, so that's games itself. Like I said, pretty decent size right there. Whatever I put up already, I don't know what, but yeah, right. Let's go ahead and knock down these movies. Amazon had like a little coupon for that. That's the Actually, no, I didn't get this from Amazon. I take that back. I actually got this day one from Shout because I bundled it with something. Because sometimes Scream, Shout Factory, they may have a deal. Sometimes they don't. But lately, I'm not satisfied with them because on their own website they jack the prices up. It's not enjoyable to get from the website unless it's like a big uh, um, collector's edition or a limited edition or a deluxe something worthwhile for me to get put in. I just don't buy all my things from there no more. I get from Amazon if possible, if it's a good price. But like sometimes there's posters they put out, it's not on what they usually put out. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm not paying no $30 plus for no little small 4K movie, So if I do have something, I try my best to bundle it, for the free shipping, whatever. So we got the Brave Archer collection. Scooped that up. That was actually like was it $69 or something like that. It wasn't expensive, but the other collections they got out now, that's still like high price, and we're gonna hold out on those. But I had to have this, to bundle it up with another thing. Well, we got actually two games I missed out on. I think we showed this already. Recompile, limited edition, dirt cheap, once again on an Amazon deal. And the chat was also Amazon at a good price, so we scooped that up as well. I think it was like around 20 or maybe a little bit cheaper than that, but we got that dirt cheap. All right. We finally got them all. I think I put the number 4 up already, or I might have shown it off already, but we finally got number 6 on Steelbook. The price went down to what they usually sometimes go with deals. And we finally got the Ultraman. Was it Taro? Number 6 in the Brothers series, and I don't know if there's more steelbooks. I think the rest are done on Blu-ray with the slip covers. But we've got them all for the steelbooks. I don't think they're gonna put the rest on steelbooks. But this was kind of a pain in the butt to complete. But we finally got them all at a good deal. And we got Killzone for MVD collection. I know we're missing quite a bit of MVDs in the set. We're on number 15. Like, actually, I think, what they put out now. So number 50, there's still stuff to get from there. And we still got some of the slip covers that, the kitties messed up to replace still, too, So we're behind on that. Alright, we got Kubo, the 2 strings. Amazon put this out finally at under 20. Scooped that up. In fact, it wasn't even Amazon. It was like a merchant, but who's supported by Amazon. They put it out. Amazon still wanted more, for it. So, And then we got Box Trolls. All right, so we've completed all 4 now. These special covers. This one, something fell. Like on the way, I guess, being shipped over, something fell on this, like a little. You see that little dent by under the TNR? Yeah, you can see it now, but there's a little dent right there, like a little dot. Something heavy must have banged up on it or something. So that was kind of sad on that. It's like if you got OCD that messes with you. I got a little bit of that in me. I prefer nice mint if it's possible. I think I showed this one already. The Running Man. We finally got the steelbook for it. Again, I might have not shown this. I said some things be out in the open, some things not. But we finally got the steelbook version because the others now are standards, still the same slipcover. That's weird to me. I don't know why they use the same slipcover, for the steelbook and for the standard. It's just, I don't get that. But there's a few little dings on this as well. This came with the other thing at the same day. I don't know. We showed Police Story 4K, but that's already up on the thing. That's the one thing I think we didn't show. But if it's 88 films, I got them all. But we have already put them up already. The Police Story run right there. All right. I think I maybe showed this cowboy, this bebop. This is the thing about. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. You know, we're running out of room, so we got the 25th, and it's weird because the other edition they got the better cover. You know what I'm talking about? That yeah, the plot cover. But this ain't a bad one either. This is the template I prefer as my cover. I mean, they got other ones you can use as some goodies, but this one's still the best one I like. And got the In the Line of Duty 1 through 4 box set. Like I said, if it's 88 films, we got it. we got it. Had to. I wish all the releases from the overseas would come over here. I would get it there instead of buying them awful box sets they put out with Shout Factory, Criterion. Criterion still haven't put those other two movies out, you know, with the three female superhero types. That's still, I mean, like they've been announced it and it's still not out yet. I don't know. And Arrow actually does great with their what they get from 88 films, you know. So I'm not gonna complain about Arrows, but Shout Factory, some of their cover artwork is just like atrocious, and they don't put out the finally each single movie on its own with the nice goodies and stuff. Instead, they bundled it, and I hate that. That's something like Mills Creek would do. Okay, and the next big thing, I told you we got our Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Yes. We've held off on some Vinegar Syndrome because I didn't want to overpay for, well, not overpay, but like put too much money out. We wanted to hold out because otherwise I might be in a dog hole for something else. So we still got some stuff to get from there. We're back like tracking from that, you know. Definitely had that Black Friday deal stuff we had and some other stuff that allowed me to go back for, you know. I had the deal. July 1st, they're supposed to have like the same thing. They had like 10 movies just randomly selected at a cheap price of $9.99. I'm hoping. And if they put some good stuff there, I'm going to get it that way. That's what I'm holding out for. And why I didn't go back for some of that stuff. All right. This is the Spain or is this the? We got A Blade in the Dark. Okay, so we scooped that up right there. That's part of the deal. I think this is the Spain one right now. Yeah, Three Horse from Spain, Village of the Damned. Hopefully they put the Hong Kong one out. You know that recently came out not too long ago. I held off on that. I didn't want to pay full price for it. So I'm hoping that's up on I might be holding my breath though. Here's one of the three that I got separately. Miami Connection. Had to go back and scoop that up. One of the big bad boys. If it's one of the big type things, I would prefer, what's it, Cinema Massacre or Cinema House, something that puts out like their own collection of type movies. It's a little bit more expensive. I mean, they put out fantastic Lost Boys, Jaws, and that doesn't come over here, and I hate they don't, but this is the best substitute, you know. I guess that's what Vinegar, what they're doing. This is number 6 of their set, the Showgirls. Scooped it up, 4K. And then we went back to get number 3. So now I'm caught up. I've got all the 4K ones. I got all the Blu-ray ones now. And we had to go back and get Cloak and Dagger because I got tired of waiting for eBay to put out a good price one. Amazon got just the standards that come without the goodies. I set 2 back because it's under false pretenses. They got it under the collectors and it's not a collectors. You know, they got just the standard. So I was like, you're not going to take me for full price and not give me the goodies. So I sent those back. So we had to go and get the Vinegar Syndrome one. This was part of the deal, so we didn't get, you know, pay full price for it. We got a good deal. And the Amityville Horror 4K, finally we scooped it up before that sold out. This one 4K that sold out before I get it. That was Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. When they finally put the deals out, it sold out, you know, beforehand, and I couldn't get it. I hate that happened because I want it with the slipcase. We're just gonna have to hold off till another boutique puts it out. Oh, look at this. I just had this here. This is when I showed off the Final Fantasy 16 Collector's Edition. The box was sealed, but the game was still out, so that just sitting there. Like I said, stuff just sitting there. I don't put up when it's shit. We got Undefeatable. Probably the deal right there. Night Screams. I said that was a whole bunch of 4Ks they didn't put out, so we scooped all that up on part of that Black Friday deal, or halfway to Black Friday. The Boogeyman. Originally, when I heard the Boogeyman title, because we didn't see the covers at first, I thought they meant like the Boogeyman that's not that people really don't like too much. You know, I adore it. You know, it's the first out of three trilogy or whatever. I thought it was that one. You know, the one that came out like in the 2000s, I think. But there's different Boogeyman ones, and this is like the original. So it is what it is. I'll take it. Hopefully they make a box set of the other Boogeyman. The other two of that, what I'm thinking, ain't that grand. But the first one to me hit a lot, you know. It's one of the first movies I saw in like real surround sound in the movie theaters. So I went by and watched that like 3 times, you know, with other people and here and there because Gus is small, you know. So when we finally got something big, and we took full advantage of that, you know. I think that came out like around the same time as Power Rangers, yeah. The Secret of the Ooze one, you know, not the first one. I don't think it was the first movie, though. I might be wrong. But, anywho's, that is what it is, you know. Ain't much. We still got a lot of backlog to get from over there still. Now let's go to the books. The books I was afraid to do because I got to swing the camera over. But I like collecting some books, you know. Even if it's like the same thing over and over with other people. I just... Certain books I gotta have. Alright, let's just this is the newest one that I pre-ordered. I usually don't pre-order things, but this one I pre-ordered. And that's for the PC. What do you got? My mind went blank just now. PC Engine. Okay, there we go. The PC Engine. This is the collector's edition that has the nice artwork slipcover for it. Or otherwise, you just got the gray book if it's just the standard. I missed out on the Game Boy one that had a nice cover. There was 2 variants, a gold one and a silver one. The silver one still goes for like under 100, while the gold goes for 150 online. Price is kind of devastating to me, though. But I do enjoy the artwork on this bad boy. And you remember, old buddy, he mentioned his little favorite character right there, not too long ago. Alright, John, yeah. So, let's see how we can swing the camera over without messing stuff up. So everything will just be like a quick view. We're not going to go too detailed. I just want you to get a good understanding of what this book offers, you know, and ooh. And it messed up. We're going to splice this thing out. Like I said, it's just real sensitive like that. I'm hoping it doesn't mess up again, or otherwise I gotta start back over from. I don't know what happened. Like I said, these cables are so freaking fragile on this bad laptop. That's what happened. Okay, let's go ahead and swing this bad boy over. Alright. And this is just to get you an understanding. Once again, I gotta say that it's not going there. One thing I do dislike about just the artwork, you know, one of the artwork types is just like they only show the front of the disc artwork. They don't show the back. There's enough room to like make this a little bit smaller and add the back to it, because this, you know, it's just how I feel. I prefer also seeing the back of the disc, you know. But like I said, hopefully you can see there's like 3 screenshots, some reading material. It's not one of those that fully go into real detail, but this is just like mostly for, you know, the artwork, you know, the front of the covers. And I just got this, you know, so not bad, you know. Like I said, for reading material, that's fine by me. Collector's edition, oh, that's even awesomer, right? All right, so that's how that looks, you know. Um, Usually, a guy written out where it says the box artwork. So let's see, we can put this camera down without this thing skipping or whatever. I don't want to do this 3 times or whatever. Alright, what else can we quickly show? This one right here this is the PC Engine TurboGrafx 16 anthology. This is by the other company, you know, but sometimes they go hand in hand. This is from geeks-line, the other one's from Bitmap. And usually they drop, you know, the same type of things. Like one already dropped the Game Boy, and I think this one they had to push back an extra month because, you know, printing costs held off. So we're going to put our pre-order in at a later time frame for the Game Boy version. Okay, so let's swing the camera over. And this is the Gunhead edition. If this is edition, I prefer getting it because it comes with more reading material, more stuff on there. And because I don't just want the standard, you know. I mean, if there's a beta version, I prefer getting the beta version. Alright, once again, just to give you an understanding, this has more reading material, more goodies, more artworks, more stuff, you know. In the back, they show more, you know, just the artwork of the covers. So they got their own section of, you know, ooh la la, or should I say, plot. So we just gonna skip that and to get to the other stuff, you know. But that's in there too. Some knowledge magazines they had put out, you know, the boards, just a lot of good details and stuff, you know. This is like the booklet they put all the goody knowledgeable reading material, and then you got your games right here. It's not elaborate, you know. It's not big, one big page for each game. So that's the only drawback, but still, I mean, like, there's still plenty in here to read. So I don't mind, you know. I try my best to get these books at a good price, because I don't want to eBay prices, like, depending what it is, can skyrocket. The N64 books they have is stupid high. Some people try to even get 1,000 for it, and yeah, not happening. But like I said, lots of good reading material for me. Alright, that's the second book, so we got 2 more to show off. Alright, let's put this over here. That way we don't have too much weight on one side. And here's something that's a little bit cheaper if y'all want to start collecting. That's the Super Nintendo Anthology Gold Edition. I still don't have the NES one, the Tanuki edition for that. I think it's Tanuki edition. Like I said, because both Bitmap and geeks-line, you know, has their own type of it's confusing. You have to do a little bit of research on that, you know, but I don't mind collecting from both. Alright, let's do how we usually do. Get into the back, which is going to show like a little bit, give you a good understanding. Sometimes they go into a whole page if it's like a big game. Sometimes a little bit more, depending. You know, sorry if you can't really see the titles, the games, or what the screenshots, but like I said, it's to give an understanding. We're not going detailed. Yeah, so this one you can find on Amazon, you know, pretty good deal still. Lots of good reading material. Then you got the hardware, some knowledgeable tips about how this happened, you know, with further details of failed things such as the SNES/PlayStation experiment. I call it experiment because it never fully went through, you know. And I said, you see lots of goodies, lots of goodies. Alright, and then the last one we're going to show off. I said I got a web camera. Please forgive me. You know, all that good stuff is too expensive for me to have. You know, I'm not even partnered on YouTube, so. All right. This one has the book slipcover with it. That's pretty awesome for me. And this is the NES one. We don't have the SNES one. And this one was a bitmap, right? Yep, bitmap books. I had originally, if you saw in one of my prior videos, I had number 3, Amigo or Amiibo, you know what I'm saying, old school system one, but the book was bent. They tried to play me on that. I sent that right back. Talking about some like new, that thing was destroyed. All right, this one is a little bit more. This is more of like a pixel book, you know, where they show like a big page of just the artwork of the game. You know, like this right here. So not too much to read in it, but still for the pictures alone, that just brings back so much fond memories, you know. That's something that hits me in the gut. That's kind of like what mostly bitmaps are like, you know, more of a pixel. Sometimes the artwork for the covers. So definitely like lots of goodness in this book. And I think I'm not going to complete the set out of bitmaps, you know, because some of those is kind of like before my time, being like, you know, the Amigo, the Atari stuff is fine, you know, but Sinclair, that's before, like, yeah, this you couldn't even find that stuff in my area, you know. But like some of the, like start from the NES up, that's what I'm gonna go for, you know. I think they even got like a arcade with the, you know, the artwork stuff, so that's awesome. So let's just give you a general idea of like what kind of books I like and collect for games, you know. Uh, Fine material, whether it's small reading to big reading. I just like collecting. So hopefully you enjoy this video. That's all I have to show off. It's quite a bit, you know, to go through. So hopefully you enjoy it. Leave some likes, some comments. Definitely hit that bell to subscribe. And always enjoy.